So I am 1 week out from my competition and I am making myself a little bit of a treat, and basically it's going to be kind of like a mocha latte, but it's going to be done using things that I can have in this last week of prep, and it's going to be very basic, very simple, but you can add to it if you want to do more. You can add butter to make it more higher in fat for the keto diet. You can add some sweeteners, stevia, Truvia, whatever, some vanilla. I'm gonna keep it pretty plain, pretty simple, because obviously it's my last final week of prep and I can only use things that my coach is allowing me to have. So keeping it simple, I've already made my pot of coffee, and so I'm gonna throw some ice into a blender. Be like an iced coffee, I guess. All right, so I've got that done, and I'm gonna pour some coffee on top of that. I'm gonna pour probably about a cup of coffee, probably a little bit more actually. I need coffee this final week of prep, so I think that's good. So I've got about 2 cups of coffee in here. You can put as much as you want. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to blend this and crush this up. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to first add my flavoring. So basically I don't want to use up all of my protein macros obviously in one little treat, so I'm just using a little less than I normally would. I'm going to use only a half scoop of protein powder. Okay, I'm going to throw that in. Okay, and another thing that I'm going to actually add in there is I'm going to put a tiny bit of coconut oil. So, sorry, I'm running around as I'm making this, so you'll see me disappear. So basically it's just about 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. Again, you can add as much as you want, guys. This is based on my macros, okay? So coconut oil, done. You can add some sweetener, whatever. And then I'm actually gonna add, believe it or not, I'm actually going to be adding a tiny bit of the xanthan gum, this. And the reason why I'm okay with adding this is because I've been using this now for over a year and it does not give me any kind of digestive issues, and the small amount that I'm going to use, it's really not going to do any damage. So I'm just going to use about a 1/4 teaspoon. So just a 1/4 teaspoon. See, that's it. And that just kind of gives it more of a foamy texture. I don't know, it gives it I like the texture instead of the protein powder breaking down once it's made. So that's it, and I'm gonna blend that up and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I blended it up, and let's see if you can see that. I'm using my old blender today because I'm just doing this in a rush. Just an old Ninja. So if you have a cheap blender, it will work. You don't need a really good Vitamix for this. It's very simple. So there it is, and I'm gonna pour it up. Just pouring it into a protein cup because it's cold. We put ice in it, remember? So that's it. That's it, guys. So it makes quite a lot, but I did 2 cups of coffee in it, and it tastes amazing. Honestly, very, very comparable to the Tim Hortons, I don't know what they call it, like the iced coffee, mocha iced coffee, whatever. Very comparable to that. Oh my God, this is amazing for a, you know, cutting phase, hot summer day kind of treat. I really like it, and I think I'm going to be making these throughout the week in my prep phase, because this is going to really tide me over when I've got that, if I do get like a sweet craving or whatever. So while everyone else is having their sugary iced coffee, cappuccinos, whatever, this is going to help me and tide me over. So I'm really happy with it. Anyways, hope you like this recipe. Very simple, pretty basic. It's not sweet at all, so if you do want sweetness, remember, add some Truvia or some sweetener to this. You can add some vanilla. You could even use probably vanilla protein powder with this, or mix it up and do half chocolate protein powder, which I use chocolate, and half vanilla protein powder as well. So a couple of great ideas for you to make that. You can add butter. What I would suggest is maybe whipping your butter or your coconut oil, if you don't have a very good blender, whipping that up with the hot coffee first, and that way it whips and gets nice and foamy, and then add your ice and the rest of the ingredients. But that's it. Pretty simple. So anyways, cheers. 1 week out, guys. 1 week out.